Hello everyone, my name is Jason Bjorklund and I want to thank you for taking a few moments to watch this video. Today we'll be covering the GHP Handicapped program software version. If I bring up our talking points, in this video we're going to cover two basic points. First one will be the two sides of the GHP Handicapped program that you'll see on your computer. We have a public score entry side and we have a administration side, or what is referred to as GHP management. The second portion of this video is going to cover transmissions, everything you want to know about them, what they are, why they're important, when to do them, how to see when your club is last transmitted, and then finally we'll conclude with talking just a little bit about the auto transmit feature. So the first thing we're going to do here on my desktop, you're going to see I have the Handicapped program software version installed, and for every machine at your club that you want to have the program on, we can get it installed for you. You're going to see two icons related to this program up here. The top one here says GHP Management, stands for GHP Handicapped Program Management. That's our administration side. Right below that I have a GHP Score Entry, and that's our public side. For those of you that have computers in golf shop areas, locker rooms, hallways, for the public, this GHP Score Entry is what is going to remain open 99% of the time. So let's first go ahead and open public side, the score entry. And you can see it opens to a full screen. We don't have that familiar Windows look that has the X to close the program in the top, no minimize button. It fills the entire screen, and that's done on purpose. And the reason is this program is meant to be out in the public for golfers to post their scores, and we don't want golfers to be getting out of the program and getting online, checking their email, or doing other things with the computer. So the only thing in this video we're going to cover is the trick on how to get out of here. When we're at our main screen, there's two ways to get out. You can take your mouse down to the lower right hand corner, click on the GHP logo, and you will be prompted for your exit password. I'm going to click exit because there is one other way to get out of here besides clicking the GHP logo, and that is to hold your shift key down on the keyboard, and while holding that down, hit the escape key. And doing those two things will also prompt you for your exit password. I'll go ahead and type the password I have associated with my GHP Handicapped program. And a note, if you guys ever need to know what it is or a reminder, just contact the staff and we can get you your password. Once it's entered, I click continue, and I have exited out of the score entry side of it. I have a feature checked on my program that says do not open GHP management when I exit out of score entry, so I just remain on my desktop. For those of you that have the preference checked, you may have your handicap management program open right up. The second thing today in the video that we're going to talk about is transmissions. And transmissions are very important for our software installed programs. Think of transmissions as a save as function. As tasks are being done on your handicap program, whether it's entering scores on the public side or whether on the management side you have added a golfer or inactivated a golfer or done any work at all, it's only known locally to that computer until a transmission is completed. A transmission is a two-way street of communication to the GHP server. It's going to send your latest records to GHP, i.e. your scores that have been posted by the public or any work you've done on the administrative side. And then while it's out there, it's also going to retrieve any info that your program should know. For example, when the IGA performs a course and slope rating at a club and we update it on the GHP server, your software program will not get it until it transmits the first time after we've done our update. So you can see regular transmits are really important to do, and you can't transmit too much. It's just a good habit to get into of always auto-transmitting when you can, or manually transmitting as well, and we'll get into that in just a moment. My last note on here, updated handicap indexes, you pick those up on the first transmit after the 1st and the 15th. As you can see here from our revision schedule in 2014, handicap indexes for all golfers are going to be updated on the 1st and 15th monthly. So It's vitally important that you transmit the evening before the 1st and the 15th, because that will get all the info out to GHN that they need, your current records, so overnight they can run a calculation and recalculate all the indexes for your golfers. And then that file is sitting out at GHN for your club to pick up via a transmission on the morning of the 1st or the 15th. So obviously we want our two most important times to transmit are the evening before the 1st or the 15th, get it out to GHN, and then the morning of the 1st and the 15th, get that info back right away so the handicap indexes that you're showing on your computer and your program are current. We wouldn't want to wait until the evening of the 1st or the 15th to transmit, because we could go an entire day where the new indexes are just waiting to be picked up. So I'm going to go ahead and open the management side of the program now. I'll double click on my desktop here, and I'm going to be prompted for that same password. It takes the password to get into the management side as well as get out of the public side, but it's the same one. So I enter it in and click OK. I have the main screen of my management program up, and the first thing we want to do is just highlight, when you open this program, you can see when your club last successfully transmitted. Down here in the bottom, I'm circling it with my mouse, as you can see. I last transmitted on the morning of February 11th at 8:32 a.m. At any time, you can go over here to the left, click the green transmit button, and perform a manual transmission. You'll see along the bottom that it's sending records and receiving. Happens very quickly. You can already see that my last successful transmission has updated, and now I have transmitted. Currently, I have a good transmission that just occurred. So we know I have done a save as function, essentially. As I said, though, the auto transmit feature is something that we highly recommend that you should have running on your machine, so you don't have to go in and always remember to click that green button. You certainly can anytime you're doing work, but your auto transmit feature is something we'd like you to have your running. So we're going to highlight that now. Preference Management is the third green button from the left. I'm going to go ahead and open that, and I have 5 tabs running across the top, and I'm going to click the Communications tab for this feature. And you can see my settings are already in place for my program to auto transmit twice a day, the first time at 6 a.m. and the second time at 9 p.m. I can click in here, and you'll see a drop down appears where I could do a hourly transmission or a weekly transmission, but twice a day is the one I highly recommend for the reasons we talked about earlier. Getting a good transmission in morning and night every day is sufficient, and it will take care of your needs on the evening of prior to a revision on the 1st and 15th, and then the morning of the 1st and the 15th. And I can click right in here, and maybe if I want to change it up and make it 6:05, I can certainly do that as well. And click Save at the bottom, and you're good to go. I'm going to close this, and down in your system tray, bottom right for most every computer, you're going to see your clock, and then you'll have icons that are running. This icon here is my auto transmit feature. It's a black cord type logo, and I'm going to minimize this and just show you a larger version of the logo. That is the icon you'll want to be looking for in your system tray. If it is down there and you hover over it, you're going to see the title GHP Auto Transmit Next appear with a colon and then a date and a time. And if that date and the time is showing, then you know that you have your auto transmit feature is reading from the settings you have set on your communication side. Now there is a possibility that it could be running down here and it says none. If that's the case, right-click the logo, choose Show, and click Transmit Manually. Once you close that, you can take your mouse back to the bottom, hover over it again, and that none should have disappeared and be replaced with the next time that is going to hit on your auto transmit based on the settings that you have done here on the screen I'm showing. So, if you do not see this icon at all, I'd recommend a restart of your computer when we set these up, they should restart. The auto transmit feature should launch upon a restart. If you restart it and the icon is still not down there, please give the IGA staff a call, and in a few moments we can walk you through how to get that back up and running for you. We take a look at auto transmit features or transmit reports quite regularly for our clubs, and we will call on clubs if we say we notice you haven't transmitted in a few days or a few weeks, but we don't check that on a daily basis, so please be aware of that. And once we get that set up, you should be assured that your auto transmit feature is up and running. And like I said, you can always do the manual transmission. I'll do one again. It does not affect the scheduled auto transmit feature a bit. So those are the two topics that we're covering in this first opening video. We'll be posting more videos along the way on different topics of the GHP Handicapped program software version. So please continue to view the videos, and if any questions come up, don't hesitate to contact the IGA staff. Thank you.